In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create an extremely powerful RAG agent using n8n and MongoDB. You can drop in any file, maybe a PDF or a CSV, and this RAG agent is going to look into it and accurately answer your questions. It does not matter how large your dataset is if you set this system up correctly. And the best part is that as compared to the other tutorials on RAG out there, this is a very straightforward approach that works just like that. And in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can create this production ready RAG agent without having to code. All you have to do is drag and drop the files you want your AI agent to access inside a Google Drive folder, and that's it. Now if you ask your AI agent a question from the dataset, it will be easily able to answer it. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and set up this amazing RAG agent that uses MongoDB as the vector store. And yes, before we get started, a quick introduction about myself. So hello everybody, my name is Yashika Jain and I am an AI automation expert. I run an AI agency called Automates AI wherein we integrate AI systems into businesses. And we see this RAG use case a lot. If you're building any AI agent out there which needs to access large data sets, large files, then it's extremely important for you to connect it to a vector store. And that's why I thought of covering it in this video. Apart from running my own agency, I'm also an AI consultant. So if you're looking for some technical help or a one-on-one call with me, then the link to my consultation calendar is in the description below. And yes, if you're looking for AI systems or AI solutions, then the link to our website is in the description. If you want to see more content like this in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yes, do follow me on LinkedIn as well as X for some exclusive content. So that's it. Now let's go ahead and set up the RAG agent. So talking about the tech stack, we will be creating this entire AI agent or the RAG agent on a platform called n8n. n8n is a no-code automation platform. As you can see on screen, we can easily create these AI workflows using a drag and drop interface. So if you don't already have an account on n8n, then the link to the platform is in the description below. Go ahead and create an account. You will get a 14 days free trial. If you do have an account, then log in and click on this orange button that says Create Workflow. And the other part of the tech stack is going to be MongoDB, which we're going to use to set up the vector store. For the people who are new to this, vector store is nothing but a knowledge base for your AI agent. You can basically upload data in the form of files and spreadsheets that your AI agent or your RAG agent will be easily able to access. The entire job of this workflow is going to be converting that data into a format that your agent is going to easily understand. And in this case, we will be creating a chat agent so that we're easily able to talk to our RAG agent, ask it questions, and get the answers. So let's click on Add First Step, and under Triggers, let's go with On Chat Message. After that, let's click on Test Chat. That is going to open up a window here. Just type anything in the chat. Let me just say hi. Okay, so this is now set up. We can now click on Hide Chat. The next step is going to be the AI agent. For that, let's click on the plus icon. Let's go to AI and select AI agent. And as you can see, our hi is being passed as a part of the user message. Next up, let's add a system message. So let's click on Add option and then System Message. Now this is the place where you can define what your AI agent is going to do. And as I said, you can create any AI agent in the world. It can be for external usages like a customer support chatbot, or it can be for internal usages, for example, an inventory management chatbot. And that can be reflected in your system message where you can tell it who it is, what it's supposed to do, and what are its tasks. The thing that we're going to focus in this video is going to be how to connect a vector store to this AI agent using MongoDB so that it's able to look into the files and give you answers. So for the system message, I'm not going to write that entire prompt that I write each time. Instead, I'm just going to ask it to answer the questions asked. You can easily replace it with your own system prompt. Alright, so let's come out of this and save the automation. The next thing is going to be connecting a chat model. So here we have different LLM models. We can connect to Gemini, Anthropic, OpenAI, whichever one you like. Here, I'm just going to go with OpenAI. It's not necessary that you go with OpenAI. It's completely up to you. But I'm just going to go with this and let's go with GPT-4o. Okay, now we can save the automation. Now, since it is a chat agent, it's extremely important for us to give it memory. Otherwise, it will forget what you had talked about previously in the chat. So let's click on plus here. So as you can see, they have the option of simple memory, which is for beginners that stores the chat's memory inside n8n. While we use it a lot of times, it is not recommended for a production level setup. And that is why this time we're going to go with MongoDB's chat memory. Let's click on that. Now, obviously, the first task here is going to be connecting your MongoDB account, which we will do in a second. But before that, let's configure this part. So for the context window length, let's change it to 10 instead of 5 so that it can remember at least the past 10 messages. Okay, now all the chats that happen through this AI agent or this RAG agent are going to be stored inside our MongoDB's database, which again we're going to set up in a moment. And every time this agent runs, MongoDB is going to send it the last 10 messages as a part of the context. So since we haven't created the database yet, I'm just going to say yet to add. So once we do create the database, we will change this. But yes, the collection name here is going to be n8n chat histories. Even if you want, you can go anytime inside your database and have a look at the conversation histories if needed. Okay, so let's come out of it and let's save it. Now, obviously, this is not the main use case of MongoDB. The main use case is the vector store. So let's click on the plus icon here. Okay, let's scroll down, and as you can see, we have a ton of options for connecting a vector store with our AI agent. As I said, it's nothing but a knowledge base for your AI agent. Okay, so here is MongoDB's Atlas Vector Store, so let's go ahead and select it. We will do the connection in a moment. Before that, let's give a description to our tool. Let's say that call this tool to access your knowledge base. And yes, please make sure that your operation is selected as retrieve documents as tool for AI agent. This particular tool has been specifically set up in a way so that the AI agent can easily connect with the vector store. Okay, so we will fill these out just in a moment, and if you come out of this, you will see that there is another opening for embeddings here. So just click on it and select whichever model you want to use for embeddings. Here I'm going to go with embeddings by OpenAI. Make sure to connect your API keys here, and the model I'm going to go with is going to be text embedding 3 small. It again depends on your data. Okay, let's save it. If I had to explain embeddings in a very easy manner, all I would say is that embeddings is a language that your AI agent understands. It does not understand English, instead, it understands embeddings. The job of this particular model is going to be to convert our questions, which is going to be, let's say, in English language, into embeddings which the AI agent is going to understand. Now, obviously, it does not have to be English, it can be any language. I was just giving an example. Okay, now let's go ahead and set up an account on MongoDB. So here I am on MongoDB's website. You can find the link in the description. And they basically identify as a modern multi-cloud database. MongoDB is not just a place where you can, create a vector store for your AI agent. Instead, it is a very versatile cloud database that a lot of developers out there use. The good thing is that we can get started for free. So in order to create an account, I will click on Get Started. And for the purpose of this video, even I will be creating a fresh account so that I can show you everything from scratch. And yes, not to forget, MongoDB can also be self-hosted, but since I know my audience really well, I'm just going to go with the cloud account. Okay, so as soon as you sign in, they're going to ask you to fill out this large form. If you want, you can skip filling out that form. And once you do, you will land right here. Okay, so now as we can see, we have 3 different options here. One is a free one, which is basically for learning and exploring. And then we have paid options as well. Now, I would recommend you go with the free one for now, and then later, if you want to scale, you can easily upgrade to the other plans. Okay, let's scroll down and give it a name. So let me just call it Vector Store. For the provider, let's just keep it at AWS, and for the region, just select the one which is the closest to you. Make sure these are checked and then click on Create Deployment. Okay, then it's going to pop up this screen for you, and here all you have to do is just set up a username and password. If you want, you can go with the ones that they've given. If not, you can change it and then click on Create Database User. Okay, now let's click on Choose a Connection. So in our case, we're going to go with drivers. All of this looks good. All you have to do is just copy this one right here and then let's click on Done. Okay, now let's head over to Network Access and let's click on Add IP Address. Then simply click on this button and then click on Confirm. Okay, now let's go back to clusters. And as we can see, our cluster is now active. After that, click on Browse Collections. And just make sure to turn on the New Data Explorer. Okay, so it's going to take some time to connect to our cluster. and then click on vector store or your cluster name, and then simply click on create database. Now let's give the database a name. I'm just going to call it knowledge base. And for the collection name, I'm just going to call it data for AI. It does not matter what you name it. All that matters is that you know that, okay, my database's name is this and my collection's name is this. Okay, now we're going to click on create database. And as you can see, our database has been created. So here's knowledge base, and inside that we have data for AI. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to our NA10. So just head back to the automation and then click on this one. After that, click on create new credential. For the type, just select connection string. Here we have to put the database name, which was knowledge. Let's check back. So it was knowledge and base, knowledge base. Okay, lastly, we need to fill out the connection string. So let's go back. By the way, I had even asked you to copy it. So if you still have it on your clipboard, just paste it. If you don't, then I'll still show you how you can copy it again. So go to clusters and then click on connect. Then select drivers, and here you can copy the connection string and then click on done. Go back and paste it here. Now we still need to put in the database password, so let's go back. Let's go to database access and let's click on edit. Authentication method is going to be password, and then click on edit password. So I'm just going to click on auto generate. I'm going to copy the password, update the user. I'll go back here and I will replace this part with my password, okay? The entire thing that I have highlighted. Okay, after that, I clicked on save and it showed me that the connection is successful. If you're seeing that the connection was not successful, just make sure to check network access and make sure to add that IP address I told you to add. Okay, now let's go ahead and select the MongoDB collection. So just click on choose and select the collection. We had named it data for AI, so I'm just going to select that. This all remains the same. Then we have to give it a vector index name. So let's go ahead and create a vector index name inside MongoDB and let's add it back inside NA10. So head over to Atlas Search. Make sure the correct cluster has been selected and then click on create search index. Here, make sure to select vector search, which is for AI applications and basically for the semantic search. Then we can give our index a name. So let me just say RAG vector index. Just copy this. Then just open up the database we had created and select the collection we had created. Then it's going to tell you that no vector embeddings were detected, which is fine. And then click on next. Under path, you can add embedding. For the number of dimensions, it actually depends on the model you're going with for embedding. But for OpenAI's embedding model, which is the small one, I'm going to put 1536. If you want, you can also ask ChatGPT that this is my model, basically this model, and what are the number of dimensions I should go with for my vector search index. For most of you, this number should be fine. Then for the similarity method, select cosine. And finally, click on next. Okay, so now it's asking us to review everything. So all looks good. Let's click on create. Okay, so this is done and the name is rag underscore vector underscore index. So let's go back here and let's add the name. The limit is going to be 4, which is fine, and the rest looks good. Let's click on save. Okay, so the AI agent setup has been done. It is completely equipped to look into the vector store and answer our questions. But the thing is that we haven't added any files yet. And since we're creating an automation, we will also be creating a small automation right here, which is going to take the files from Google Drive and it will upload them directly into our vector store. So for that, let's go ahead and click on plus and then add another trigger. Then select on app event and search for Google Drive. After that, under triggers, just select on changes involving a specific folder. Connect your Google Drive account, and inside your Google Drive account, just make a new folder wherein you will put any files which you want your AI agent to access. And then select the same folder here. In this case, it's knowledge base RAG. For this one, just select file created. Let me open up my folder here. So let me add a new file to my folder so that I can test the connection. So new and file upload. Okay, so I have added this CSV, which basically has about 50 rows and it has some data about inventory tracking. So let's go back to the node and click on fetch test event. And as you can see, it picked up the file I just now added. So basically the entire goal of this particular node is to look for any new files added inside our Google Drive folder so that we can then upload it to MongoDB. So let's save it and click on plus again. Now we'll have to do one more step here, which is going to be downloading the file. So just again search for Google Drive and this time select download a file. So resource is going to be file, operation is going to be download, and then for the file just select by ID and let's drag and drop the ID of the file from the previous node. If you want, you can also search for it in the search bar and there you go, here is the ID. Let's just drag and drop it. Remember, we don't need the permission ID or any of these, we need the main ID which is named ID. Okay, now let's click on execute. And as you can see, our file has been downloaded, which means we can access it inside the automation. Let's click on save now. And now all we're going to do is we're going to upload it to MongoDB and that's it. So let's click on plus and let's search for MongoDB. Just make sure to select MongoDB Atlas here and here select add documents to vector store. Okay, let's select the collection to which we want to upload it, which is going to be data for AI. These remain the same. Then the vector index name, which was rag vector index. After that, come out of it. Now we need to connect a model for embedding again. So I'm just going to go with OpenAI text embedding 3 small. As I said, it's going to convert the language of our file into the language that AI understands, which is embeddings. Lastly, for document, we need to connect a data loader, which is basically going to take the file in here and pass it to MongoDB. So just select default data loader. For the type of data, it's going to be binary. The mode is going to be load specific data. The data format is going to be automatically detected. Or if you want to just limit it to, let's say, CSVs or PDFs, you can select that option. The input data field name should be the same as this one, which is data. Then the text splitting is going to be simple. And that's it. Let's save it. Now let me go ahead and execute this workflow. And now it's taking the file I had uploaded, the CSV, and it's adding it to our vector store. Okay, so it seems that it's done. Let's go to our MongoDB vector store and let's check if all the data has been uploaded there. Okay, so just go to clusters, then browse collections. Then it will take some time to connect to the vector store, which is fine. Okay, so it has connected. After that, head over to our database, which is knowledge base, and then the collection, which is data for AI. And as we can see under documents, it says we have 50 documents, which basically tells about the 50 rows which were there in my CSV. And if you notice here, all the data that is associated with one particular row in my CSV has been put together. And the reason why this is so important is because the other vector stores that I have used, what they do is they split it around and now the first few columns of a row are in some place, the others are somewhere else, and it becomes very difficult for the AI agent to answer even the simplest question that what is the price for this item, because the data is so segregated. But in this case, if you ask it that, what is the price for item ID this, then it's going to easily be able to tell you the price for it. And now if you look here, we can see the embeddings, which are nothing but the language that AI understands. So all of this data has been converted into embeddings right here. And similarly, we have all the other rows here. So do you know what we're going to do next? We're going to ask our AI agent questions from the CSV that we uploaded, and we will see if it is able to answer the questions. So let me click on open chat here. Let me just reset the chat and let me say hi. Oh, by the way, we did not set up the chat memory correctly, so just go here. And for the database name, just add knowledge base, which was our database name, so that it's easily able to, store the chat histories inside MongoDB. And yes, it's always a good practice to mention about the tool that you're using for the vector store inside the system message. So we can say that answer the questions asked using the knowledge base tool. And let's go ahead and rename this as knowledge base. Okay, so no matter which AI agent you're creating, just add in the prompt that what happens when someone asks it a question that it does not know the answer to. So you can simply ask it to call this particular tool in that case. And yes, let's not forget to rename the automation. So let's call it RAG agent, and in brackets, I'll just put MongoDB so that I know that, okay, I'm using MongoDB as the vector store. And yes, if you want to search a lot of records together, I would highly recommend that you increase the limit, because right now it will only be able to get 4 of the rows. And if we need a lot, then obviously we need to increase the limit. So you can go with 10 or 15. I will just go with 10 for now, and let me save it. Okay, now let me ask it a question to see if it's working all fine. Okay, so let me ask it all the items which are being supplied by Netgear. Okay, let's hit send. Okay, so here's the response. It has given me a list of 6 items which come from the supplier Netgear. So let's just quickly verify it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So okay, the count is correct. Let's also verify the products. Okay, so it's saying item which is 31. Let me go to 31. And the supplier is Netgear, which is correct. Then we have 34. So 34, again correct. Then we have 17 and 19. So 17 correct, and then 19 also correct. And 43 and 1. So 1 is correct and 43 is also correct. Okay, so that means this is working. Let's also check if the memory is working. So let me ask it what was my last question. Okay, so it says your last question was give me a list of all the items supplied by Netgear, which is correct. So the vector store and the memory both are working fine. Now, just for the sake of it, let me do one more round of testing. So let's ask it for some particular ID. So let me ask it to give me all the details about ITM005. Okay, so let's see if it's able to look into this particular row and give me all of these details. Okay, so here are the details. It's a printer. I don't know why the category is furniture. Anyways, it's dummy data, so could be. And the quantity is 96, let's see. So item 005, 96, 2156. Okay. And the price. Okay, looks good. It has given me all the details. Okay, so that means the CSV integration is working fine. Let's also test it for the PDF. Before that, let's turn on the automation and let's go back to our Google Drive folder and let me put in a PDF here. Okay, so I have uploaded this client onboarding SOP, again hypothetical. And let's go ahead in N8N to see if this has been uploaded to MongoDB automatically. So let's go to executions. Let's see the latest one. Okay. Okay, so yes, it is the client onboarding SOP, and it seems that it did upload it to MongoDB. So let me go back to the vector store. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so now instead of 50 documents, we have 55, which means it also considered the PDF. So let me just select 75 here so that I can also see the PDF ones. Let me scroll down. Okay, so here is the PDF, as we can see. So it basically broke down this PDF into 5 different items, which we can see right here. So this time for the testing, let's not test it within N8N, instead outside N8N. So I'm going to go to the chat trigger and let's make it publicly available. And yes, don't forget to save it. After that, open it up in a new tab. And there you go. Here is our chat agent. And let me ask it questions from this particular SOP. You know what? First, I will ask you to give me the step-by-step process. Okay, so I said give me the step-by-step process for onboarding a client. Okay, so we've got the response. So step 1, internal handoff from sales, welcome email. Okay, additional notes. So let's just verify it here. Okay, welcome email. Yeah, looks good. Let's see what else we can ask it. So let's ask it for the tools required. What are the tools required? Okay, so the tools required for the client onboarding process include HubSpot, Gmail, Google Drive, ClickUp, Slack, and Zoom, which is correct. So that means our RAG agent is performing all fine. We have tested it with a CSV and a PDF, and it did excel. So that's how you connect a knowledge base to an AI agent. Basically, that's how you set up a RAG agent. If someone is wondering what's the full form of RAG, then it's Retrieval Augmented Generation. I wish it was as easy as uploading the files directly, but we need to go through this extra step of connecting a vector store for production ready AI agents. Do let me know in the comments below how you found this particular video. And yes, if you want to make this more beautiful, just add a sticky note and let's open it up like this. Put it here. Okay, let's call this the AI agent and let's remove this line. Okay, and the color can be this one. No, let's go with this. And same thing here. So let me call this one load file to knowledge base. And let's color it green. Okay, let's keep it green and save. Okay, now it looks good. If you're looking for AI automation solutions for your own business, then the link to our website is in the description below. If you're looking for technical help, then again, the consultation calendar is in the description. The links to the platforms I used are in the description. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. If you want me to cover something else in the future videos, again, do let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video if you thought this was valuable. So that's it for this video. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, bye.